Oh, hey guys, we're live. All right. Well, I wanted to start a few minutes early just so we could let everyone jump on that's going to join us. Let me go live here on Instagram. You guys cannot see, but I've got a super precarious situation. So I got this new stand for Instagram Live right there. And it's like my phone is too heavy. So it's like I've got my computer laptop over it to hold it down. And I have a couple of these I don't know, these little heavy weights that are, what is it? Hot chocolate jars. So I'm really hoping halfway through this does not like fall over. Anyway, so this is our third Facebook Live, and I'm super, super excited because we're going to be talking all about outreach marketing. So if there's anybody that you know that needs to be on this, tag them, invite them to come. Yes, they can watch the replay, but this is kind of a show and tell today. I have so much stuff that I want to show you guys, and my goal today is to change the perception of, of how people view outreach. So not only is it Facebook Live today, for me, we're going to do it on Wednesdays the next 4 weeks. Not only is it that, but it's also Love Your Pet Day. So will you guys drop a comment? What's the name of your pet? My pet's name is Jax. You guys probably have seen him on my stories. I have a 120-pound Doberman that I definitely consider to be my baby. So who else has a pup or a kitty cat here that's with us today? Let me know what your name is. Thanks, Leah, for inviting everyone to join. Mars, I see you on. Camilla, we've got a few people on. So type in the comments. Let us know what's going on in your world today. And we'll get started super soon. Camilla loves Jax. Yay! Tucker, okay. Jen, we're so happy to have you. Marcy's got Yoshi and Luna, her little pugs. So we've got some pet lovers here. And you guys check out our Sprout stories today. We're going to be posting all the team's animals. And there's not only dogs and cats there. You're going to be surprised. Marie, you've got Oliver. Thanks for joining us. Whoop, whoop. So excited to have you guys. Okay, so the reason that most of you are here today is because you're the kind of person, you work maybe in the housing industry, you're the person that helps people find home, and that's the most important place. And so for us, we take that as a really big privilege to be able to help people find you. So Sprout Marketing, that's exactly what we do. We're a marketing platform for the housing industry. So we serve our multifamily friends, our student housing friends, and our realtors. In the next couple of weeks, we'll be launching. So I'm super excited about that. It is sponsored, today's live is sponsored by the Sprout membership. So if you guys want to have a little chat with us, Camilla's going to drop a link that you can have a demo with Cedric, and I've got a special offer for you. But first, I want to tell you a funny story. So last week I told some of y'all that I'm half German, half Mexican, a Germex, kind of like a disinfectant. And I was thinking that is like definitely my personality. If you guys know me, I'm a little bit Mexican, I'm a little bit German. And so this morning, I'm about to start driving to work, and I pull to reach something out of my purse. And guess what I find? Rolled up in a little napkin are 2 corn tortillas. I'm not kidding. So on Sunday, my husband and I went to this Mexican restaurant, and they made their own homemade corn tortillas, and they were so good. So I love, that's my favorite thing, corn tortillas with a little bit of avocado slice in there. And then, yeah, they were so delicious that I said, okay, I'm going to take them home, because I had my German mom in my ears saying, hey, those are good for later, be frugal, save them. And so I wrapped them up in a little napkin, and I meant to put them in the fridge the second we got home. 3 days later, I found my corn tortillas. So pretty gross. So anyway, if you guys schedule a demo with Cedric either today or if you're listening to the replay, the code word is corn tortillas, and Cedric, after you guys schedule a demo and do the demo, we'll send you a $5 Starbucks gift card so that you can have coffee on Sprout. But the key word is corn tortillas. You have to say that for you to get your $5 Starbucks gift card. Okay, so we're about to jump in. The next thing I want to do is I just want to do a client shout out. This one is for Roxanne. Roxanne is the executive director at Artisan at Judson Park Apartment Homes. And she gave us a great testimonial. She said, we love using Sprout for all of our design needs. They make it so effortless. Their website is phenomenal, and we always love our flyers. It saves us so much time, and we love showcasing our designs on our community board in our leasing office. Our residents are able to see what activities we have planned each and every month. So guys, that is from Roxanne. If you guys know Roxanne, tag her in the comments. Artisan at Judson Park, we love you guys, and thank you for the kind words. So again, if you want to hear a little bit more about the Sprout and our membership, you can click on the demo that Camilla shared, and of course, keyword corn tortillas. Okay, so what are we learning today? Today is all about outreach marketing, and I came prepared. Lots of good notes that I want to share with you guys, and I also have lots of goodies that you can't see, but I'll be showing them in just a little bit. So I'm excited that we have so many that are on this live every week. It just keeps multiplying, and then afterwards to see that there are hundreds that are rewatching these videos is super, super exciting. And last week, our podcast with Leasing Leah, we chatted this morning, has gotten almost 400 listens. If you missed it, go to Leasing Leah's Facebook page. She can drop it in her comments here too if you want to, Leah, and you guys can check it out. And every Friday, she's releasing a new podcast. So super exciting. Today, we're talking about outreach marketing, and it's funny because I follow a lot of feeds and people feel really mixed about it. People love it or they hate it, and I think it's for different reasons. So today what I want us to talk about is this is kind of the high level principle is whether you're at a community or you're a real estate professional, you want to stop operating in emergency mode. And as a marketing firm, we see this all the time. We see that people are, they only do outreach marketing, or they get really desperate and start doing Facebook advertising when everything starts plummeting. And that's what we want to talk about is let's challenge that today. So what happens if you outreach? Well, if you consistently outreach, you're going to increase your leads, you're going to increase your influence. And we're talking a little bit about influencer marketing a little bit later in this presentation. But if you don't, you're always going to be operating in emergency mode. And I know for me, when I was a property manager, I hated that feeling. I hated seeing that all of a sudden I had skips that I didn't know about till a certain point in the month. And then I was hustling to make up my occupancy. And that was a tough place to be. So why outreach? Outreach does not always yield immediate results. And that's the reality of the game. So what I want you to think about is I want you to think about outreach as one piece of your marketing pie, just one little piece. Oh my gosh, my friend Asher is on all the way from the UK. So I got to say hi specifically to Ash. I love it. Okay, so it doesn't always yield immediate results. And when that happens, when that doesn't happen, sometimes we get frustrated. And so I want you to think about outreach marketing as just one piece of your marketing puzzle, and that's going to change your perspective. So it is outreach marketing in an age of digital marketing. The question is it still beneficial? And here's what I want you all to think about. The more rare that something is, the more beneficial that it is to someone. So I think about it like even things that have been outdated in a sense. You used to send a handwritten card to someone, and they would absolutely be excited to see it. Well, years and years later, the less and less cards that we get, right? Thank you cards or things like that in the mail. But when you do get a nice thank you card, all of a sudden it makes your day, right? You get it in the mail, it's beautiful, it's a message from a friend. So what feels like it's dated comes back in, and it comes back into style. So whenever something is rare, it's desirable. So think about outreach marketing like that. In an age of digital interactions where people are so used to now getting all of their messaging online, face-to-face interactions can be hugely powerful. And that's what we have to talk about is how can we make those interactions count, and how can we make them work for us, for our communities, and for our businesses, especially if our brand is ourselves personally. So with outreach marketing, the first myth that I want to debunk, it's not an either or game. If you're doing your outreach marketing, this does not to say that because you're doing outreach marketing, you cannot be doing things online. You can't be running Facebook ads and things like that. In fact, the best way that we can expand our reach is when you partner these like grassroots outreach efforts with online digital efforts. And it's that melding that really hits all the bases, right? So no matter how people want to communicate, they can communicate, and you're present, your brand is committed with them. So marketing is a numbers game, and increasing your efforts and remembering that different people communicate in different ways and they bond with brands in different ways is huge. So the more that we put ourselves out there, the more opportunities we have to close leads, the higher our occupancy. And we all know what that means is higher occupancies mean happier bosses, or for our realtors, more lead gen, right? And so the more leads we have, the more opportunities we have to actually get prospective buyers or prospective sellers to become our clients. So the question is, how do you outreach effectively, knowing what we know about technology today? Well, first of all, you want to set up what is your goal? What's the number one thing you're wanting to do? And for most people, it's like, oh, I want to get leads, or I want to get, leases. And I want you to think about outreach marketing can have multiple goals. So think about what it is that you want it to be. For some, outreach marketing is just about raising awareness. For others, it's about uncovering interest, somebody that just happens to need your services at just the right time. That's going to happen less with outreach marketing, but it does happen. And then the third is finding cross-promotion opportunities, right? In an age of influencer marketing, looking for other brands that align with our brand can only expand our brand. We talked about that a little bit last week with Lady Gaga. So get clear on your goal. And for a lot of people, they'll say, oh my gosh, outreach marketing is such a waste of time. And I have to tell you, our team does, we offer a service street team when someone just can't do their outreach or doesn't have the staff or the knowledge of how to do it. We do it for them. And people will say, is that service, is that even something that's realistic? And our team comes back all the time and says, it's so crazy to us that people don't do this more often, because every time we're out, we're uncovering one of these three things. We either hear, let me tell you the top three things we hear. We either hear, I didn't even know that that apartment community existed, or I've never heard of that person, right? So could be an apartment that has been there for years and years. People have no idea it's there. Another one is people will say, for example, like, I actually have somebody that I know that's looking, and right then and there you get a hot lead that says, I've got someone. Again, that doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes in one day of outreach marketing, that can happen 5-6 times. So the reality is that it is powerful. And then the next thing that we hear is people say, oh my gosh, I know about you, or I would love to partner with you because of this, this, or that. And that's where that influencer marketing piece is going to come in. So get really clear on your goal. And if you're a community manager, sit with your team and say, what's our goal? And it might be that the goal is all three. So there's different types of outreach marketing. There's the kind where you're going to go local and you're going to blanket an area. That's really good for just raising awareness. And I love this kind of marketing for a rebrand. Or I love this for, you've got a new team, you want to introduce yourself, or another one is a new lease up, or you're new to the area yourself, or maybe it's a brand new business. So remember the days of when a new neighbor came in and you took maybe like a pie or cookies. Okay, that's never happened to me, but it sounds beautiful and I've seen it in the movies and I think it would be awesome. That's also something that we can do, is reach out to new businesses, welcoming them to our neighborhood. So we're forming those alliances. So think of that outreach, get really clear. Are you going to do a local, a blitz? When we do our street teams, we hit anywhere from 35 to 40 businesses in a day. It's a grueling day and you're going one after another, but that's a great way to build an outreach marketing list. Schedule yourself away and visit as many businesses as you can. And when you're doing that, you want to hit up medical centers. And for medical centers, not just big hospitals, but you want to think like the small med clinics. You want to think private practice, any type of small businesses, car dealerships, schools. I'll show you guys some stuff specific for those in a little bit when we do our show and tell. But those are the kind of people that you want to visit. These are businesses that also influence a lot. You have businesses that are huge, and then you have some smaller ones. For these, I'm talking about smaller businesses where you're blanketing an area. Now, the next kind of outreach marketing is very targeted marketing, where you're trying to get your foot in the door in a preferred employer's office. And this one is not as easy. You're not going to walk in and get into a business that somebody else would have a really hard time getting into immediately. So for that, there's going to be a little bit of legwork. But guys, we have this awesome tool, Google, right? So now you can research a business, get to know a little bit about them, find out who's their HR person, if it's a big company and they do a lot, they have a large number of employees, they probably have a recruiting center or they have a housing center, right? Or if it's, different types of like schools or things like that, there's going to be a point person that you can talk to. So Google and then LinkedIn, and then tap your network within your own community. So again, at your apartment community, do we already have a resident that lives there? We know that's an obvious one. The question is, have we done it? Have we done it recently? Are we picking a new preferred employer resident every single week or every single month and having them go to work for us with a really good what's in it for them? So then think about this period when you're trying to get your foot in the door somewhere like that as a courtship. You don't immediately walk in the door and you're not going to bust down the door and you're not going to have the greatest interaction, and they're not going to commit right away. So the deal is, when you think about that, think about it as a courtship. Once you have contact information, send an email or send a fun mailing. I've shared this one before and I found this one. Our Sprout Closet is like, it's like Party City in there for all the different initiatives we've done. But this one says, we would love to get our foot in the door. So imagine that you've done a little fun research. You find out who the HR director is or who the housing professional is. You drop this in a fun, clear envelope. I've got some here. You put a label on it. You put a specific note. I'd love to get our foot in the door. I'd love to connect with you. Now, this is fun. This is inexpensive, a couple of bucks to send it out in the mail. If you're a luxury community or you want to just take it up a notch, go to your local bakery and get them to make these for you in some really cute shoes, some high heel, something really fun. Leah wants to live in the Sprout. Trust me, Leah, you don't. It's scary in there. But again, think about the business and see how you can get your foot in the door, and then work to set an appointment. So for these companies where local outreach, you can just walk in the door, and I'm going to give you some tricks on how to do it. With some of these bigger places, you don't want to just interrupt their day, and you want to do, you want to have a little bit more of a relationship established. So we'll talk about how to craft that email to make sure that they actually want to give you the appointment. Now, we talked earlier about outreach marketing, how these are our grassroots. These are like feet on the ground, and we're going out there and we're making these relationships. Now you're going to bundle it with your Facebook advertising or your Instagram advertising. Here is the deal. Just like outreach, the same is true with our social marketing. You don't want to just do it on and off. You want to have a consistent brand presence. So you think about it. Lauren and I were just talking about this yesterday at lunch. You might know that you need to take action on something, but it takes multiple times. Let's say that there's a vendor that's trying to get a hold of you to do something. They might email you once, and if that's not the right time, you're going to gloss over that email. You might get a voicemail, and then, oh, maybe that you're driving and you're like, oh, I'll get to that when I get to the office. You get to the office and you forget. You need multiple reminders to take action. And that's why outreach is so powerful when it's targeted with Facebook ads, because it's top of the mind. Somebody says, oh my gosh, I saw that. That was in my feed. Now there's this random girl that's walking in and saying, I'm Barbara, I'm with Sprout Apartments, and I want to talk to you a little bit about what we do. See, now they are associating what they're seeing in their personal time, their Facebook time, with this interaction in a business. It's unexpected. So a couple of points with your Facebook ads. I'm not going to go crazy deep, but I want to share some things. You might want to do an ad type with 4 to 6 photos showcasing your top amenities, but think through who's your target market, who are you trying to get after, and then showcase the amenities that actually make sense for that market. Make sure that you're also showing interiors and then other amenities. Again, like if we're about to get to summer and pools are hot, make sure that that's one of the things that you're showcasing. So a slideshow is a great way to showcase. To target, you can do a mile radius around the community's address. So again, it can be location. And think about doing like how you would normal outreach. You probably would not expand past 10 miles. So 5 to 7 miles, maybe up to 10 for your outreach marketing reach. That kind of starts to create that audience, that target market. You can also then do by things like people's interests. And again, if you can figure out a way to align those to your amenities, so like fitness friendly, going back to your amenities, those can also help to narrow down your audience. So your budget, if you want to make a splash, keep a consistent budget. $100 a month is going to go a long ways. Now that's for Facebook. I'm going to say the targeting and the budget similar for Instagram. And again, depending on what you're doing, if you're in student housing, you're going to have to totally increase that budget, especially when it's time to lock in those leases, right? For realtors, your ads are going to depend on what you can handle. If you've got a whole team of people or if it's just you, and depending when your market is slow. So be flexible in that. With Instagram ads, again, a carousel works great with 4 to 7 photos. And you guys will continue to do some training on that for those of you that are wanting to do your own Facebook ads. Okay, so so far we've learned that outreach marketing has different goals. And so we're looking to set those goals. What are we trying to do? The next thing that we learned is we can do a blanket outreach marketing to just kick off. If you have a spreadsheet and you walk away with 40 businesses, it's much easier to hand it to your team member to pick it up and to keep going. You start building that route and it gets easier to do it. And then for those relationships that are bigger and that are going to take a little bit longer time, you're going to want to court them a little bit. So do your research, send them an email, send them something fun in the mail. I was even thinking, like, if you want to do something like it's always a fiesta at, something that's fun, right? Keep in mind your target market, and then you're going to bundle it with your Facebook and your Instagram ads to raise awareness. Now, if you're specifically going outreach on a certain day, so for us, we offer Street Team as a service. If you guys want to check it out, that link that Camilla shared, you guys can hear a little bit more if you need a little help kicking off your outreach marketing. But our strategy, I'm giving it to you. So if you want to do it yourself, go for it, is increase those ads a few days before and a few days after, so that again, it's top of the mind, and then make sure you're going to those places within that 5 to 7 mile radius. Okay, how do we make it actually happen? We schedule it. Just like anything else, if it's not in our calendar, it's not going to happen. So schedule outreach with your team. Have your Monday team meeting and plan out, when are we going, who's going, put it on the calendar, set a reminder if you have to, make it a part of your weekly routine, set it up as a recurring event, and keep it consistent. So I like to say that do outreach marketing when nobody else is doing it. Nobody's doing it on a Monday. Nobody's doing it at the beginning of the month. Nobody's doing outreach marketing in those cold winter months. Do it when nobody's doing it, and you'll get the results that nobody else is getting. Now, aside from that, do it consistently. Time of day, I like to come early afternoon. I know for us, and I've said this from day one that we started Sprout, we hit a slump around 2 o'clock, and it's nothing like coffee or a little sweet treat. You know it's going to happen here. So when you walk in and you've got a goodie that's either giving them caffeine or sugar, you're going to be likely received. Now, your marketing kit. So you're going to want to have your flyers, your brochures, your business cards. I like this size. This is an actual client. I'll show you guys here and here. The residents at Kirby, they're a Greystar community. Beautiful community. I love these quarter page flyers, and let me show you why. When I'm building a little marketing kit, or when we're going to go outreach marketing, these work so good on something like this. So you get something that matches your design, and you can put it in here, or you can stick a bunch in and then you fill it with goodies. For your marketing kit, you could do something like this. Go to Target's dollar section. Monique from our team put these together. But let me show you guys what's really fun about these. Again, the Sprout quarter page flyers, they slide right in. So a bunch of goodies. We've got like some Starbucks refreshers, not expensive, but they add a punch. And I'm telling you guys, we're going to see those admins, those gatekeepers. Yes, you want to bring goodies for everyone. I want to talk about that too, but bring a big goodie for the person that's your gatekeeper. Start building that relationship. They're going to be the ones that are going to tell you how to get information to their employees. So grab and go marketing kit. I think Tracy's on with us too today. She used to work with Sprout, and she's just amazing. And she was always so good at outreach, which is one of the reasons we hired her. And she always had her kit with her. It was in her car. It was ready to go. It was fully stocked. If your team has it, or you as a realtor, you've got it with you, guess what? You're more likely to go do it. If I have to sit down and put all this stuff together the day that I'm going outreach, it's probably not going to happen when everything else is coming in. Okay, next pro tip is if you're bringing a big goodie, so you're going into a school district or you're going into another business where they're going to probably open it up, make sure that everything inside is labeled with your information, and that way you guys get the credit. So however you do that, or make sure that you do like a nice display. We used to do these. My team is going to die because this is a really old design, but I had to show it. It's like a foam board. So you can print any of your own designs or your Sprout flyers on these foam boards, and then you attach like a little paper easel, and it sits right next to your goodie. You can do these in quarter page too. What I love about them is businesses sometimes like how professional it looks, and then they're willing to do it. So a little more of an investment, but can be a lot of fun. The next thing with it is I want you to think about the idea of surprise and delight. Every single day, people are working. They get into the mundane habits of what's going on. Way to go. We have Accolade. Nice to have you guys. It's so good to see more and more joining us. So back to that. One of the best things that you can do in marketing is to surprise and delight. So like I was talking about the flip-flop, I've gotten this in the mail once because now people send me this kind of stuff because I teach about it. But most people don't get something like that. surprise and delight. Something else I was going to say is when you walk into a business and let's say you have some fun with it. We had a team doing this and they went out with their gym wear, like their 1980s gym wear, because they were promoting their fitness center and their Heart Smart units. And again, it's different. So imagine if you walk in and you're wearing one of these like party hats. I'm telling you, today is going to be ridiculous. I've got a ton of these. So you walk in with something and it all of a sudden snaps a person to attention. So be looking to surprise and delight. And the best way is to tie it into something that people are already talking about. So if you have your pens, I want you to write some stuff down. Now, if you're a Sprout member, you have all of these dates inside the Sprout Foundational or inside the Sprout Daily Dose, and you've got all the resources to bring it to life. But if you're not a member, I still want to share these dates with you. March 1st is Employee Appreciation Day. So there's one. March 6th, Dentist Day. So I don't know why I had to go like this, like as if I was showing my teeth to the dentist. But imagine if you pair your outreach marketing. So employee appreciation, I walk in the door. Hey, I'm Barbara. I just wanted to bring you a little goodie for Employee Appreciation Day. We're from Sprout Apartments. We're just about 3 minutes down the road. And I wanted to bring you some goodies. And how are you doing? How's your day? Super personal, super just friendly. I'm just another human being down the road and I want to bring something for you. We're making a personal connection and we're tying it back to something fun. We take pictures, we post it on Instagram, we tag the business. If the person's up for it, it's a fun interruption of their day. Surprise, delight. Another one, so you got Employee Appreciation, Dentist Day. We have International Women's Day. So if there's women-owned businesses, celebrate that. Bring goodies in for them. March 12th, this one, I'm telling you, this one is going to be important. Girl Scout Cookie Day. So how cute would it be if you put your little goodies together of Girl Scout goodies and that's what you took out to business and say, hey, we're XYZ apartment community. We're celebrating Girl Scout Cookies Day today and we brought you some Girl Scout cookies. Which one's your favorite? Make it interactive. I guarantee you the biggest grump in a business is still going to be excited to get some of those cookies. So what's your favorite cookie? Make sure that you can talk about it. You make a personal connection. We've got International Day of Happiness, March 20th. Bring donuts, happiness, donuts, same thing. We have Home Sweet Home Day on the 21st, Chips and Dip Day, and then National Crayon Day. So maybe very specific to communities that are targeting young ones or schools or things like that. So when you think about that, think about, first of all, how can you come in, tie it into something fun, make your goodie match, and then wear fun clothes. This is where the buddy system comes in. I know a lot of you guys are working with either referral partners or you're working with sister communities that are in the same area, but maybe you're after either different or similar demographics based on location. You go in, bring a buddy with you, y'all get dressed up, make it fun. Either dress super professional or dress with something fun. If it's about to be summer, a luau shirt, you know, with lays, whatever it is, bring it to life with your marketing. Marketing is supposed to be cheesy. It's supposed to break people out of their rut. And then look for ways also to market your amenities. Simple examples. So again, super old design. If you're a Sprout member, you know we've got designs that are brand new for all of this, but little pack of chalk and then a little Sprout design for teachers. How cute is that? And then we've done some other ones that I love, just like, again, I've got this buried out of the closet, but the highlight of the year for teachers spending their own dollars. How fun would that be to take it in? Our Heart Smart and Healthy, we've done updated campaigns. There's multiple ones in here, but what I love about those is if it's a bigger location, you can take some goodies maybe in a bag. If it's just a smaller one, you can do a grab bag and tell somebody, pick whatever you want out of this grab bag. And that's a fun way. So have an idea about what you're trying to market and who your target market is. And then this one, I love, if you guys can see, just the idea is indulge in a decadent lifestyle. Mason jars are my favorite thing. You can buy them in bulk and load them up with goodies, different goodies depending on the season, depending on where you're going. And then if you're a Sprout member, you know we have a bajillion million flyers from the fun, the cheesy, the like, you know, super luxe to whatever. Pair it with your goodie and bring it to life. And you guys, a lot of the stuff I'm showing you, it is Sprout related, but a lot of you do it on your own and that's cool. I just wanted to show you some of the resources that you have available. Okay, so what to say? Start with just being personable, be friendly. Now, I read something about influence, and we're going to jump to talking about influencer marketing. And influence is a transference of energy. So the person that comes in with the most enthusiasm and the most energy, they're going to pass that on to somebody else. You all have seen that. You know that friend that just always comes in with so much life and they're so excited. It doesn't matter what they're talking about. They have bought in, and now you are bought into because they're so excited about it. That's what we need to be about our communities or about ourselves as our own business. So when we do that, when we come in with that energy, we're right away going to be more likely to connect with our audience. And then the second piece to that is show a personal interest. Look around where you're going. What's on their desk? Are there pictures of their kiddos? Is there something that tells you what's going on? Read their face. If they look like they're too busy, you're going to be in and out. Be able to read those emotional cues. And then have an elevator pitch. I always like when I'm walking into a business, know exactly what is in it for them. So I'm Barbara. I want to make a mental picture. We're literally 3 stop signs down the road. Or I'm Barbara. I'm someone that works in this area, and I have something I want to show you that's going to help you guys. Again, what's in it for them? Make it memorable. Make it personal. And don't forget to then document your efforts. So for all of us, what we're trying to do is we're trying to build an outreach marketing route. So this can be a part of our routine. I think, let me see, did I mention this here? No. Part of making it a no-brainer is scheduling it in. I said that earlier, but themes help. So like a marketing Monday, a preferred employer Tuesday. The more consistent you are, your team's going to know. Like if we're going to preferred employers every Tuesday, I might need to dress up a little bit nicer on Tuesdays. Drive-through Thursdays, that to me is one we can do any day. It's where we always have our goodies with us. And when we go pick up food in the drive-through, or we're going to get our dry cleaning, or we're getting our nails done, we're leaving our goodies with us. Having a team, if we have a team investing in some t-shirts that are branded but fun. Remember, conversation, we need talk triggers like Jay Bear always says. So something that's fun, that's going to be memorable. When we have that, we all go out to eat as a group for breakfast, for lunch, whatever we can do, we can get away for. Then people are going to say, hey, what are you guys about? Or it's just, again, one more touch point. So part of making it happen and scheduling it is making it a no-brainer. All right, now the part that you guys probably have been waiting for, the influencer marketing part. So I want to take a few minutes to talk about how we can take what's happening in the influencer world and apply it to our housing industry. So nowadays, you guys probably have seen on Instagram, Facebook, the different social platforms, there are these influencers, and they're people that through building their own personal brand have now gained a following. They hold influence over certain people. So brands partner with them and they get paid to talk about a product. And some are super genuine and it's stuff that they love, and others it's, they're promoting every single thing every single day. Influencers have an influencer kit, and I actually follow one. You guys might know Jenna Kutcher, the gold digger, and I'm always interested to see their strategies and then pair it right back to multifamily and to real estate. So Jenna Kutcher has a media kit for being an influencer, and what she shares are her stats. So for example, her stats are she has 300,000 monthly page views, 120,000 unique monthly visitors, 60% are returning visitors, on and on. So how many downloads to her Gold Digger podcast? Upwards of almost 4 million, email list subscribers, all that stuff. And then she has a media kit for her social following. And what it says is that she's got over 450,000 that are viewing her posts on a daily basis on average. For Facebook, 52,000. For Pinterest, 140,000, and Twitter, 3,000. So this is just 2 pages of a 7-page, and I kind of printed it bad. And yes, she's in her undies. She's a body positivity advocate. So she's braver than I would be. No chance of that happening. But anyway, what I love about this is she has her kit that is selling herself as an influencer. Most people don't like to go outreach marketing because they feel that they're soliciting or they're asking for something. So I want us to step back. And I've talked about this for 10 years before influencer marketing was even a thing. And this is why now it's like gold. We as apartment communities or realtors that are locally known in our industry are influencers of certain markets. I want to talk about the apartments for a minute. So Our communities represent massive buying power, massive. When you get 200, 300 families that are going and they're living at your community, you know what they've said? They've said, Barbara and my family are believing in this product, in Sprout Apartments, for example. We are giving our loyalty, at least at this point during this lease, to this community. Guys, companies are dying to get in front of the right markets. And when your community, again, it's local, and there's businesses surrounding you that are dying to get in front of those people. So when we walk into a business and we say, oh, hi, I'm Barbara. Could I leave some flyers on the countertop? All of a sudden, we've diminished the value that we bring. So let's talk about that email we said when we're trying to get in front of the right people. What if we change our message and we think through like Jenna Kutcher did about the influence she has? Now, I'll ask, especially if you're an apartment or a student housing community, make sure that you get corporate approval for what you are willing and not willing to share. But some of the stats that you could share are how many people live at your community. You could share your average occupancy, your average rate of renewal. You could share the average rate of your apartment homes. So maybe you don't want to reveal income, but maybe your income requirements are 3 to 4 times. So that gives somebody a range. You could showcase the type of events that you do at your community. We've recently had X events. This was our attendant rate. This is our renewal rate. This is the type of person that buys with us. So when you go into a business and you present yourself as the influencer, all of a sudden, we're not asking to leave a stack of flyers as a favor. We're coming in and we're adding real significant value to a business. And that's just one way that we can do that. Now, a lot of other times it's a cross promotion opportunity. You think about it, advertising is hard sometimes, right? We do these targeted ads to get in front of the right people. But if our business is dropped right in the middle of all these surrounding businesses, would you venture to say that we are the target demographic for those businesses? And would we also venture to say that their clients could potentially be our clients? If we answer yes, which I think most will, remember that people pay to get in front of your residents or to get in front of your following. And when they do, like attracts like. So don't give away your services. Be okay to go in and do a pitch and put a little effort like these influencers do in building your brand. So when people go back and they look at your Instagram and they look at your Facebook, are we showcasing resident testimonials? Are we showing the events that we're doing? If we're a realtor, are we talking about what we're offering in value? How many homes we've sold or how many people we've helped connect to a house? What kind of things are we sharing regularly that really showcase our expertise and our influence? So guys, I went over by like 7 minutes. I was trying to keep us to 37 minutes. It has been awesome to have all of you on. If you want to schedule a demo with the Sprout team, remember the code word is corn tortillas. The link is in the comments, and we'll buy you a cup of coffee. And then in addition to that, if you want somebody else to watch this, tag them in the comments so that they see it. And then next Monday, we'll be releasing another email that shows everyone what's coming up and also gives them a link to this and to a blog in case you'd rather read it and have all your notes. You can grab it there. Now, next week, I hope you all join me. It's going to be really fun. We're going to do a marketing plan for the month of March. So I'm going to give you a calendar, all the fun dates that are coming up, and some ideas for outreach, renewals, referrals. And for our Sprout members, this is going to be awesome because you guys will have all the resources to then go and do it. So another show and tell next Wednesday at noon. So we'll see you guys later, and thanks for joining me. Bye.